It's kind of astonishing how in the year of our Lord 2024, going on to 2025 now, there are people walking around today, U.S. citizens, who do not know that the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare are one and the same. What's worse is that they are actively taking part in and benefiting from the Affordable Care Act and then trashing Obamacare every chance they get, simply because that man's name is attached to it. You see.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video, we are seeing a lot of people still talking about the Obamacare and how some people still do not know the fact that Obamacare is the same thing as Affordable Care Act. Okay, some of them do not know and they are just finding out. And some of these creators are like, and you were really, benefiting from this Obamacare without knowing what is like, okay, what it is or where it's coming from. So let's go ahead, watch what these creators are saying, then we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do give this video a thumbs up. Also, let me know what you think in the comment section.
You can't underestimate stupid. It always finds a way. Now, I could understand if this confusion was happening when, the Affordable Care Act was first introduced, right? But we coming up on at least 10 years. I think it's been 10 years, in fact, right? And there are still people, most of them in the MAGA mob, who don't know that my man Barry, the 44th president, got them affordable health care. I've been on Obamacare before. It's great. It's great. Cheapest health insurance I ever got. And they actively trashing it because there's nothing but air up here. It's crazy. I'll never forget, I used to work at the Best Buy in the Geek Squad. I was a computer technician. And I had this one coworker, white shorty. She was kind of fat, not gonna lie. Anyway, she was from Maine. Super awkward, introverted, nerdy little white girl, bro. And this was around the time where Trump was either campaigning or he was already in office, right? And me and her, we never had no problem. She was sweet, no issues whatsoever, right? But then, she's from Maine, and I was like, probably one of them ones, bro. Like, I'm gonna be careful around you. And sure enough, I just happened to be talking about how I had to get on Obamacare because I turned 26. I had to get off my mom's insurance. And she was just like, good for you, but it really sucks that, taxpayers are being forced to da-da-da-da. The usual dribble, talking about how, taxpayers got to pay for that and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I just so happened to ask her, like, what are you on? She's like, oh, I'm on ACA. I just looked at her like she was stupid. And then she's like, what? I'm like, you do know the Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. She's just like, no, they're different. And I was just looking at her like, this bitch fucking stupid. Ultimately, I let it go because it's not my job to challenge stupid where it stands. You just got to let somebody else handle that. But it just goes to show that some people just no brains up here.
So she was actually benefiting from it without knowing that what she was benefiting from is actually Obamacare. Now, I think most of them just have issues with the word Obamacare, okay, because there's a name attached to it. But I don't know how they managed to change this name from Affordable Care Act to Obamacare. Was it because it was Obama that, enacted the whole thing, or what exactly caused it? But some of them just call it a name but do not know exactly where it's coming from, and that's very crazy. Like, and somebody's trying to teach you and say, oh, this is how it's done, this is what happened, this is what it is, and you're still arguing.
With all of the conservatives that are being surprised by the fact that the Affordable Care Act is the same thing as Obamacare, I have to ask a question of my fellow leftists and progressives. Can you get the beginning of the song Welcome to the Jungle out of your head? Because I just keep thinking about it and laughing. I usually try to have compassion for my fellow human beings and their well-being. But in this case, I'm not only content, I'm elated to make an exception, and I plan to find this absolutely entertaining. I look forward to going to your future when you could have changed that outcome, and it's hilarious.
I said before that even though I enjoy a good "I told you so," I'm not enjoying this find out phase. First of all, because the rest of us have to suffer right along with the idiots who voted for the orange guy. But it's worse than that. The problem is, once these consequences come to pass, I don't think they're even capable of understanding that they're suffering the consequences. Therefore, how are they going to find out anything? The rest of us are going to suffer, and they're going to be suffering too, but I'm not sure they're even capable of understanding that they're suffering because their adoration of Trump is that strong. If anything, I think that they'll view it as some sort of necessary suffering for the greater good in the name of Daddy Trump. Just a thought.
So I have a theory why so many people who voted for Donald Trump are suddenly so embarrassed and they don't want to talk to their friends who voted for Kamala Harris. They didn't really believe that either candidate was going to do anything for them, so they decided to vote for the person that was going to make people that maybe they're jealous of, they're resentful of, they just don't like, make those people suffer. They honestly might not have even thought he was going to win. Now it's sinking in for them that they have to deal with the consequences too, and they don't like that. That's why the Change My Vote search has been so heavy in red states.
I'm acquaintances with quite a few Trump supporters, and I just want to tell you what I'm seeing. They're upset that people don't want to be in community with them anymore. And I'm not talking about business owners, I'm talking about everyday friendships. They're losing community. I'm consistently seeing Facebook posts and things like that where people are saying you shouldn't lose friends over political differences. This wasn't a regular election, and I don't think that a lot of people on that side realize how big this was for a lot of the people that they were in community with. The way fascism goes and the way it's going in some places like Texas is that eventually, as things become more illegal and things become prohibited and things like that, they are going to start incentivizing your community to turn against you. And you need to make sure that you are in community with people not only that you like, but that you trust. If I know you're voting against my right to exist, my right to have a family, my right to carry on as a human being, I don't trust you. And another thing is, you might be able to control what people do in their day-to-day life, but you can't control who people associate with. You can't make me like you. And I think that's pissing a lot of people off.
You did not win this election. The only people who won are Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, the oil barons that they cut deals with in exchange for campaign funds, and the corporations that want to continue deregulating. Your team did not win. You're not on the team. They never gave a shit about you. And unless you're making over $360,000 a year, you're not going to benefit from his tax plan. Like, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen when 2025 comes along. We're a couple months in and your rent prices don't go down, your food prices aren't going down, like you're gonna have more contaminants in your food because the FDA is gonna be completely dismantled. Like, to all the red-pilled mid-20s guys that look like me, I wish I could say that things are gonna get better, that you're gonna be able to afford to move out of your parents' house, that you're gonna be able to afford groceries and not have to struggle to pay bills, but it's just not gonna happen under this presidency, under this new administration.
I think people should normalize always asking questions before they make any decisions. And this is exactly what this whole thing is all about. Because if people had found out before now, I'm sure some of them wouldn't have taken the step that they took. And now it's coming back to affect them because, trust me, when the price of things goes up, everybody is going to pay the price somehow, because you guys are the one that the price of things are going to go up and you're going to spend your money on all of those products, okay? And I just feel that people learn their lessons and next time make their own research, private researches, before they decide. And don't, because you do not like a particular person, then you have to turn your eyes on other benefits, that you're going to get from that particular person. That is one thing that you all need to know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do what, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please do drop your thoughts in the comment section as well. Let's have a conversation, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do give this video a thumbs up. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.